Ray Lewis with 16 tackles. He led the NFL in tackles last season, a career high 16 tackles today. So even though we talked about the adjustments he's making, he's still getting involved. Maybe not as, maybe not as the big impact play, Bill.
Those numbers may be a little high. When the coaches go back and grade them, they may be different. But I will tell you this. He works for everything he gets. If he gets close to the ball, that guy is relentless. He'll go through running backs, fullbacks, guards, tackles, whatever it takes.
Big kick by Tom Tupa. Ogden goes back to the 28. Has a good return, and he's pulled down up across the 45-yard line. Ryan Neese, the son of Ronnie Lott. Special teams player, undrafted linebacker, made the tackle. 17-yard return.
What makes bodies in motion remain in motion? What makes what goes up stay up? And what makes what goes down get back up? Whatever it is, it ain't physics.
America trusts America Online to make everything easy.
It's just real simple to keep in touch with AOL.
Oh, I love hearing you've got mail.
Instant messages are so much fun.
And now AOL makes it easier to get health information with WebMD.
I discovered WebMD.
WebMD is America's leading source of health information online. Communities on everything from diabetes to weight loss.
Love the chat room.
A site that I trust.
AOL has got it all.
Now's the perfect time to experience America Online. So easy to use, no wonder it's #1. Call 1-800-4ONLINE.
Does something.
Simpson bringing out the field goal team. They're going to go for it on 3rd and 4th down if they have to. Out of the shotgun, Manning. On a 3rd and 4. Manning throws. Catch made by Ismail. He lost the football at the end. Was he down? The official saying that he was down.
Trent Green with the back pedal. Near side throw. Raised home for the room to run. And he's ahead for a first down.
Time 8/7 Central, followed by the premiere of Cedric the Entertainer Presents on the new Fox Wednesday.
Chris Redmond brings his team up to the 46-yard line. Ray Lewis, Gary Baxter, the Baltimore defense done its part. Jamal Lewis across midfield, a hard hit knocks him down. Shartrick Darby made the stop.
Hey, these guys have to be tired.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, absolutely. Look, take a look at this right here. Look at time of possession. Look at the difference. And if your defense has to be on the field for 35 minutes, I'm in Baltimore. It takes a lot more energy to play defense physically. There's more hitting, there's more running, there's more tackling, there's more just throwing guys around.
Well, we thought we'd see a lot more of this. Jamal Lewis. Fans want the Ravens to throw the ball and get back into this game as time is winding down.
Baltimore's defense has been on the field over 60 plays already. Your average NFL game, about 62 plays. $55, $60 in that area.
Yeah.
That's your average defensive plays. They're already over 60. And they're all taking a breather.
Measurement on the play. Initially, referee Terry McCauley signaled first down, and he was right.
Talking to Brian Billick about, this transition stages in the salary cap thing and where they're going. I asked him, flat out, is this a live audition for Chris Redmond? Because of next year's quarterback class coming out. If you're willing to take all the lumps you're going to take with starting all these young guys and know it's going to be a rough year so you can get better for 2 or 3 years, is this a live audition? He said, absolutely.
They're committed to him for the time being. That pass almost picked off. Brian Kelly. The Bucs have not had any interceptions. They've come close about 4 or 5 times. Rondé Barber's had a couple. John Lynch, Brian Kelly.
Well, they certainly seem to have a beat on things. I mean, this is just an all-out break on the ball. I mean, these guys are tipped off to the routes and to the quarterback. I mean, this may be a case of him, the quarterback Redmond, staring down the receiver because the routes are getting broken off, and as they are getting broken off, they are getting jumped by the Tampa Bay secondary.
On 2nd and 10, Redmond throws for Heap, and he dropped it as he was hit by John Lynch. Ooh. The ball was there, and Lynch with a big hit breaks it up.
Well, you know, and at that time, look at that. Look how everything is timed up by the secondary. Now, there's no way they could get this much information on a team in the 2nd week of the season. I want you to take a look at the eyes of the quarterback as he drops back in the pocket. He's going to be looking for his tight end. He's looking at the tight end down the whole time. So he never takes his eyes off the tight end. And for a safety or defensive back, that's key. And I think that's where they're getting the jumps.
3rd and 10. Redmond outside to John Jones, bounced off one man, and the tight end is pulled out of bounds by John Lynch, short of a 1st down. It'll bring up a 4th down. Almost Rondé Barber. At times Simeon Rice. Redmond under pressure, throws, and off the hands of Al Singleton. And again Rondé Barber. And this time Brian Kelly. It came close. Here's 4th down. And 3. And Redmond throws to Todd Heap for a 1st down. Ravens at the Bucs 26-yard line. 3rd catch of the game for Heap.
Well, here they got in a double tight end set here, and what they did, they cleared the middle of the field and they brought Heap in underneath it. Okay, here's your 2 tight ends. They're going to be sitting right here and here. There's the 2 tight ends. Now what they're going to do here, Rod Jones is going to come down and bring it down here, and then underneath is going to come Heap. See the clearing?
Mm-hmm.
Heap sat down underneath as Jones cleared.
Ricard and Lewis in the backfield. Off the play fake, Redmond outside to Brandon Stokely. Stopped at the 21-yard line by Al Singleton. Stokely's 4th catch of the game. He had a career-high 6 last week in the loss to Carolina. Ravens have a bye week next week. Tampa Bay will play a week from tomorrow night against the St. Louis Rams in Tampa. So Brian Billick gets an early bye week. John Gruden gets an extra day to prepare for the Rams.
Brian Billick probably wishes he had a bye week today.
Redmond off the fake, going to the end zone for Ron Johnson, overthrown. Ryan Kelly was covering on the play.
No, I don't know if it's due to the conditions today or the pressure that he's been under from this Tampa Bay defense. Sometimes the Tampa Bay defense can get into a young quarterback's head before they even step on the field. They can get into your head well during the week. I imagine you got Lynch, you got Sapp, and you got Simeon Rice, and you know how fast they get in your face. I mean, because the accuracy today certainly hasn't been there for Chris Redmond, and he is an accurate quarterback. I know if you're watching the Ravens for the first time on television, I'm telling you he's an accurate quarterback. You're calling me a crop, and I don't blame you.
I would never call you a crop. Redmond on 3rd down. Jamal Lewis, 1st down to the 11-yard line. As the Ravens try to break that shutout, they haven't been shut out in nearly 5 years. We're under 3 minutes to go. 5th catch of the game for Jamal Lewis. We talked about Pittman being a good receiver out of the backfield. Jamal Lewis certainly is an outstanding receiver.
And he did that in the face of a rush as well.
1st down at the 11. Pittman off with leg cramps. It seems to be okay. It's Jamal Lewis straight ahead to the 5. And finally stopped as he got close to the 3-yard line. Hard straight ahead run by Jamal Lewis. And another helmet comes flying off. It's Derek Brooks.
Yeah, you know, this offense.
Got to get a smaller size helmet.
I have no explanation, no explanation for the helmet thing. This offense of the Ravens is you know, remember 2 years ago when Trent Dilfer, they wanted to win those games and they couldn't score a touchdown, Sam? Anyway, they're at the same thing. They scored 7 points in the opening quarter of week 1 and virtually haven't scored since. They haven't been able to do it.
That's right. We've reached the 2-minute warning. Tampa Bay with a big lead on Baltimore, but Baltimore trying to break the shutout.
Stand up on his own power as the training staff.
One play, and that was the play that Morton Anderson needed to win the game.
Indeed, yes. He said time had expired. It was over in that run by Tate. Tom Coughlin said we got to keep the ball out of Tate's hands.
I mean, they're going to need more than a field goal today, obviously. They're down by 14.
High throw.
Farad just have not converted their last 7 third-down attempts, and they've got to go 16 yards on this one. They spread them out, and Favre with a flag down, trying to get it to Glenn, but it's knocked away.
It doesn't really matter now, but
a sideline and a penalty flag on Samari Roll.
Good.
The all-new BK Value menu speaks for itself. Now, get 11 items for 99 cents every day. And have it your way in more ways.
Hey, can I write a check for this?
I just need to see some ID.
Hold that thought.
Eunice, hi.
Come on, look. Okay, so I was in a movie with an extra, Eunice, whose hairdresser, Wayne, attended Sunday school with Father O'Neill, who plays racquetball with Dr. Sanji, who recently removed the appendix of him who dumped you sophomore year.
Hi.
So you see, we're practically brothers.
Tired of looking for ID? Use the Visa Chair Card to get you in, out, and on with life.
I forgot my ID again.
John Gruden nearing his first win as head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Jonathan Ogden's gone to the bench with what has been called a mild concussion. Ethan Brooks, formerly with the Denver Broncos, signed as a free agent, has replaced him at left tackle. Second down at the 4-yard line. Jamal Lewis wrapped up by Booger McFarland.
I think the whole offense has a concussion.
Ooh, you're getting tough here.
Yeah, you know, well, it's just long time here in Baltimore. That offense, this offense has not been an offense that is really productive. It is really confusing. It's not one that'll hammer it out at you. It's not one that'll use a lot of motions and passing and routes. It's one that just is almost anemic, and you find ways not to lose a game. Let your defense and special teams do stuff for you.
On third down, Redmond throws, batted down, intercepted by Derek Brooks. He's got some room. The chase is on. Brooks has got blockers. Brooks is going to the end zone. Touchdown. The Bucs finally got one. 96-yard interception and touchdown return by Derek Brooks. And the Bucs put the stamp on this game. They have done it all, with the offense controlling the football, the special teams doing a job in putting points on the board, and the defense putting points on the board.
I really feel stupid, Sam.
Why?
I just got done saying that the Baltimore Ravens offense couldn't score.
Gramatica. And it's 25-0. Derek Brooks with the pick and the touchdown.
You're going to see Lynch, number 47. I think he's going to get a hand in this. Watch, he's right. That's Brooks. That's all Brooks. That's all Derek Brooks. Check out Derek Brooks, 55. He looks like he's almost spying. just floating over there, and he's going to get his hand. He tips that thing up. That's all Derek Brooks. What a play. He just floated. And again, did you see what brought Derek Brooks to the receiver? He drifted that way because that's the way Redman was looking. Look back. If you take a look back at that thing, what brings Derek Brooks over to the receiver? It takes him right over. There's the first win for Coach Gruden.
That's
you know, and you see who was there? Keyshawn Johnson. Keyshawn Johnson was one of the guys that Sapp as well. That's one of the guys that initially, I don't know if they bought into exactly everything Gruden was saying from minicamp on as he broke down all the stars down there and said, hey, we're all together. Nobody gets any concessions around here. We're all the same. And it took a little while, but now I think every member of this team believes in what Coach Gruden has going on.
Saw that note, second longest return of an interception for a touchdown, 96 yards. Sheldon Quarles had a 98-yarder last year against Green Bay. That's Javen Hunter, the rookie out of Notre Dame, who is ridden back by Dwight Smith. And the whistle stops the play. We're under a minute to go. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are about to celebrate win number 1. A lot of expectations of John Gruden and the Bucs.
Why?
Why? Because he's been successful and he's an offensive guy that they felt they had the defense. They needed the offense to come alive.
Well, I think a lot is expected from you when it cost $8 million and 2 first-round draft choices and 2 second-round draft choices. You better produce.
And he's got a tough man to follow in Tony Dungy. Did a good job in Tampa. 4 playoff years in 5 years there. Chris Redman completes it to Travis Taylor up to the 26-yard line. For the Ravens, a week off next week to regroup and trying to collect themselves. And for Brian Billick, he's told us he's got to emphasize the positive. Try and keep this young team together.
If Brian Billick has learned anything at all,
that's a sack.
Anything at all, he's learned that you can know everything you need to draw up. You can be everything you want, but you are nothing offensively unless you got a guy behind center. And that's where I believe that's where they've struggled here in Baltimore.
Corey Smith, rookie out of North Carolina State, had that sack. That pass by Redman incomplete. They protected Brad Johnson last week. Good job by that offensive line. Cozy Coleman returning, and Kenyatta Walker, who was inactive last week, and he was upset, and he worked harder during the week, practiced better, and the coach put him back in as a starter.
Well, unless there's injury, that whole statement speaks for itself. You don't go from inactive back to starter unless it was just it was a disciplinary problem. It's a lesson to be learned.
It was a message sent and a message received by the former first-round draft pick. Time permitting, we will send you to Atlanta for the conclusion of the Bears-Falcons game. Redman throwing Rondé Barber timed that hit perfectly, broke up the play, the pass intended for Javen Hunter.
Well, that's been the theme for Chris Redman, and he's a young guy, and I'm certainly not throwing the towel in on him because I think he is a guy that can be good with time. But I will tell you, one of the things he needs to work on is staring down his receivers, because he's queuing up the defensive backs for Tampa Bay all day today. They've been there, almost intercepted 5 passes, and then they've been there to rattle people's cages as soon as the ball's gotten there.
16 for 38, 141 yards, and 1 interception. Chris Redman, the Ravens shut out for the first time in nearly 5 years. Last play of the game. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have now won 4 consecutive road openers. They come into Baltimore and get John Gruden his first win as head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Bucs control the game. They get contributions from the offense, the defense, and special teams. And the entire NFL and all of us at Fox honor the memory of the great Johnny Unitas. We'll be back right after this.
Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed the game of your choice. I'm Scott Lasky for NFL.
Just like you need a good horse. Let them catch the ball in front of them, make the tackle, not allow
This is it. I think they'll go for it on the ground. 3rd and 2.
6th on.
And the pass knocked down.
Corey helping out at Ford Field.
Everybody's standing up here in the dome trying to see what the ruling is going to be as well.
I think that's a catch.
That's the best angle right there.
Yep.
It goes back to, the Bert Emanuel play, Tampa against St. Louis a couple years ago. They said the ball can touch the ground as long as you have possession of the ball.
Right. It's a long conversation.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have his head underneath there. I think he's trying to get another. See if there's any more replays that yet to be seen.
Here comes Jeff Triplett.
After reviewing the play, the pass came in across the arm of the receiver and hit the ground, not in his possession. Therefore, it is an incomplete pass.
No catch.
Chicago is not charged a timeout. The ball will be placed at the previous spot, 36-yard line, 3rd down.
Well, you saw it, Pat.
Yeah.
That's how you saw it.
Yep.
Nice. Looking here.
America.
I think he's going to cry.
Dan just got a little gray there.
Those of you who watch Tampa Bay beat Baltimore, welcome to Atlanta at the Georgia Dome. It's 14-13 Chicago, and Vick gets away from one tackle by Urlacher, who comes back again, and finally he throws it incomplete.
Well, that's got to be, at least it's got to be, he's in the pocket there. There's got to be intentional grounding in the pocket, but Urlacher comes free on the blitz and pressures him here, and Vick is just trying to get rid of this football. And here comes Urlacher. I mean, the chase is on. He's just trying to get rid of this football. That should be intentional grounding.
Loss of 16 yards.
I don't know how they can't call that.
I don't either. 14-13 score, 3:54 left. Falcons have to punt. Chris Moore.
The tickets were sold, but the rain kept some of the Panther fans.
Saints as they start from the 27. The kicking tee is still there, as you see. Play clock down to 2, and the handoff to Deuce McAllister.
Timeouts. 2 minutes remaining, almost out of luck.
He played his best football in the last drive they had.
Indianapolis Colts, 21-13. Miami has now won 5 straight at the RCA Dome.
Brock Marion made a big play last week to get the interception. Look, he just reads the play, stay on the upfield shoulder, times it up with the right hand, knocks the ball down, and wins the game for the Miami Dolphins.
Dolphins improved to 2-0 for the 8th time over the last 9 years.
3rd down and a long 5. Damon Heward. Family of quarterbacks. Pass stop, but then he reverses his field. 1st down and more inside the 10-yard.
Get out of the month of December, ideally, best case scenario, 2-2 is wonderful with those teams.
You take it.
Hey, America, I'm the new.
He has to leave.
Yeah, he's got to leave the field.
Dick Giron talking with the referee, Jeff Triplett, as the Bears are moved back.
Yeah, you get off on the.
428.
That play was the genesis of every team in the league going to this kneel down play. Before
Herman Edwards was the guy that picked up the ball and ran it in for the Eagles, the current coach of the Jets. So now the big play by Fred Taylor when it seemingly was just an additional comfort touch.